Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today for the Best Buy Canada blog, and this time I'm taking a look at a really interesting new board game called When in Rome. And this game does something that's quite different, at least in my experience, and what that is that it actually uses Amazon's Alexa as the host of the game. So you actually do need to have either the Amazon Echo or one of the related devices in order to play this. But anyway, the idea of the game is basically trivia. So there's a whole lot of multiple choice questions with 4 different answers. And it's a 2-team game, so you have your red team represented by the little red airplane and the blue team represented by the little blue airplane. And there's a maximum of 9 rounds, and each round consists of 1 question to each team. And it's based on whatever city you happen to be in, so it's also a travel-themed game. So the board is essentially a world map, and you basically move from city to city trying to answer questions for points. So questions can be worth 3 points for an easy question or 5 for a harder question. And there's different categories. For example, there's like food and drink. I think there's architecture, buildings, that sort of thing, and also some just crazy random stuff as well. And anyway, by the end of the 9 rounds, whichever team has racked up the most points wins the game. But there are some little complications here and there. For example, there's these things called souvenirs, and there's actually 5 of them. There's a key, a button, what looks like a guitar pick, a ring, and a thimble. And these will randomly be placed by Alexa in a particular city somewhere on the board at different times throughout the game. And whichever team gets to that city first and correctly answers a question there will win the souvenir, and there's a whole bunch of points. So far it's been 7. I don't know if that changes. Now the only other really complication to the game is these what they call upgrade cards, and I'll show one here. And this one says, "Alexa, upgrade please. Out of the way, we're famous." So basically this one gives you priority boarding. So what it does is it allows you to have the first crack at answering the question in whatever round that you decide to play the card. And you can pick up those cards periodically when you're given the opportunity. Now there's also a great advantage in having been to a particular city and correctly answered a question there, because what that does is that leaves you a friend in that city. And then when you're traveling, you can actually travel through that city and kind of use that city as a bridge to the next level. So when you could normally just go between cities that are connected by the little dotted lines there, if you have a friend in an intermediate city, you can kind of skip through and then go to all the cities that are connected to that city as well in one single move. And you can make that chain, go as long as it will go, and it makes it really easy to get around, far away places pretty quickly, which is a big advantage if you're trying to get to the souvenirs first. And there's also no limit to the amount of people that can play the game. So your 2 teams can be anywhere from 1 person up to however many you can come up with. And they also don't even have to be even. You could have 5 against 10 or just whatever, depending on how you want to break it down. Now, finally, the last thing that I want to say is that there is a 20-hour data bank of questions that you'll have to go through. So there's a lot of fun to be had here. You won't be having, the same questions repeated over and over again, all the time. And, it's possible that could expand even further as well. And that's all I'm going to say here in the video, but I will try to get a little bit into more depth in the explanations over in the complete written review at the Best Buy Canada blog. So do go ahead and check that out. For now, thank you for watching. Have an excellent day, and I'll see you in the next video.